Now, US President Barack Obama is calling for tighter gun control, saying that for too long, Americans have ignored the results of gun violence.
For too long, we've been blind to the unique mayhem that gun violence inflicts upon this nation. The vast majority of Americans, the majority of gun owners, want to do something about this.
Obama made the remarks during a funeral for one of the victims of last week's terrorist attack on an African-American church in Charleston, South Carolina. Obama also called for an end to the display of the Confederate flag to acknowledge the wrongs of slavery and violations of civil rights in the country. He called the battle flag a reminder of systematic oppression and racial subjugation. Calls have been growing for the removal of the flag after the suspect in the Charleston church attack was seen displaying the flag in photos. 21-year-old Dylan Stromroof has been linked to an online diatribe professing allegiance to white supremacy. Well, earlier I talked to US-based writer and radio host Frank Emspak on Obama's remarks. Emspak says the problem is not gun control laws, but a long-running culture of discrimination and extremism.
Well, there's a limit to what he can do. At a federal level, you have federal controls on guns, but the problem here is that a couple of 100 million people have guns, and there is a strong movement in support of the right to bear arms. But it's not just a gun issue. You can pass laws all you want, but it's a cultural issue. And I would argue that you have a white supremacist issue. And I don't think it's possible to solve the problem of gun violence without dealing with the cultural issues of extremism here. I think that first of all, most gun control laws are not national. They're state by state. And even with this huge outpouring saying we should take down the Confederate battle flag, it hasn't been done yet. It's still in the state legislature. And that flag represents, people talk about heritage, but it's a heritage of slavery. And that's what's up there. And until we're able to even deal on that level, I don't think we're going to deal successfully with the notion of white supremacy. This wasn't an act that just comes out of nowhere. And I think that there is an ideology that supports it. And until that ideology is taken on, the idea of white supremacy, I don't believe we're going to be able, even if we pass gun control, it isn't going to make any difference.